Hey everybody, my name is Cici Tan, and as promised, we are jumping into a 15-20 minute training in order for you to meet Pedro. Basically, Pedro is our automation assistant in order for you to build your very first automation from scratch. Okay, I know that automation is something probably new to you, or if you have been doing this for a while, you probably must have heard this. But the very main reason of me doing this is to make sure that I can help you. Even if you're a beginner, you just have to use this tool in order for you to be able to design an actual automation for your client. Again, later on, we're going to talk about exactly where you're going to find them. For now, we're going to go ahead and cover exactly how you're going to use this so easily, step by step. Okay, so first things first, you have to have your own ChatGPT account. If you do not have a pro, that's fine. You can actually just go ahead and sign up for a free account. Don't forget to sign up for a free account, because if you are not logged in, you'll probably not be able to get your final output. So, just making sure to save time, logged in with your own account and start the process. Okay, so here, again, this is Pedro, our high-level automation architect assistant. In order for you to use this, you just have to go ahead and click on start. So let me tell you this, guys. Pedro has been trained highly in order for it to ask you the right questions for you to be able to help your client or yourself as a business owner build your automation. Meaning to say, if you're using high level and you don't know exactly where to begin and being able to, find out what's the first thing I'm going to build inside of high level, what is it that I need to, set as my workflow, my automation. So this is trained exactly to be able to assist you that exact thing. Okay, so remember that building a CRM. So I know that some of you are new. CRM is also called Customer Relationship Management Tool. This CRM is mainly used by businesses around the globe in order for them to manage their clients so that they can receive automated emails, they can receive follow-up emails in order for us to continually work with clients to turn them into an actual sale or customers into an actual sale. So what you're going to be helping your clients with is exactly that. It's either you're going to help them build it from scratch, or you're actually going to help them manage it specifically. So on this actual training, the goal is to build one, for your clients so that they can actually pay you more. And most clients literally pay over 100,000 just so that you can help them set this up. Okay, so here, let's go back to the training. You can see that it's asking you exactly what or who we're building this for. Okay, so when you do meet a client, of course, we are no longer jumping into an interview. We are now jumping to what we call discovery call. So discovery call is like you are jumping on a call with the client, asking them questions in order for you to find out how you're exactly going to help them or how exactly you're going to build their CRM. So in this, it's like me talking to a client and asking them, hey, in order for me to map this out, in order for me to build your CRM, can you tell me what industry you're in? Or what does your business do? So most likely your client is going to tell you, okay, I'm in real estate, maybe I'm in a coaching business. So let's actually just use coaching business, because I want to be able to tell you exactly how I built an automation where when you saw my video ad, you then jump into a landing page, what we call a landing page or a site, where you enter information and you receive free training from me. And then eventually you'll probably be getting another email asking you to sign up for a workshop. Maybe let's map that out as a very good example for this training. So here it will ask you, okay, I understand you're in coaching business. Can you tell me why you're building this automation for? Like, what system do you want to build for yourself? So in here, I kind of want to tell, well, I have a coaching business. I want to be able to upsell my workshop. So like I said earlier, that's exactly the journey I was trying to do for you guys. When you did jump into this free training, I want to be able to upsell you into maybe my upcoming webinar or my upcoming workshop. And that's mostly what coaching or like coaches do, right? They want to sell you courses, and you probably will be helping coaches as well later on. So you tell it what's your goal, right? So I want to be able to upsell my webinar. So notice, guys, that these information are all coming from the client. You don't even have to be the one to know, right, these steps, but you just have to be able to know how to ask these questions. And literally, it will tell you And it will also tell you what are the possible answers, because I understand some of you are new. So it's important that it tells you, okay, I'm actually talking about this. Like when I talk about your objective of the system, I want you to tell me, is the client trying to get more sales? Is the client trying to nurture leads? Are they trying to deliver a program, or do you have something else? So basically it's going to tell you what are the possible answers, and if it's not any of them, then you can just go ahead and answer it differently, or you can just copy that and like that answer and then paste it inside of the same AI assistant. Okay, so now it's telling you, okay, perfect, upselling your webinar. Then it's gonna tell you, okay, what are we trying to build? Are we actually trying to build like sales pipeline? So basically this might be something new to you, like the words itself, but it's giving you some example or of what it means, right? So meaning to say, it's asking you exactly, okay, I know that we're building a CRM. Are we trying to build it for marketing purposes? Are we trying to build it for sales purposes, right? So it's basically just trying to ask you that question, because the goal of Pedro is to be able to find out, or to be able to help you build at least one pipeline for your client that you can literally automate later on. Okay, so tell me which one you would like to build. Actually, let me tell Pedro what I really want in detail. So I'm gonna tell Pedro that while I am doing Facebook ads, I'm doing Facebook ads where students gets a free training. So again, I'm just trying to tell it, what I'm doing specifically as a coach, and what's my goal is for this automation. So where they get a free training via email, and when they do get the email, I want to be able to upsell them into my paid workshop. So you can provide as much information to Pedro so it knows exactly how it can help you build what you're trying to build inside of Go High Level or any CRM, right? So now it tells you, okay, got it. So guys, notice Pedro is like your friend. You don't even have to be technical to use this. You don't even have to have a technical background, or you have to have an automation background right away, because you are like literally just brainstorming, talking to a friend, and asking you the right questions so it can guide you what's the next step, right? So here it says, oh, okay, I got it. It looks like you want to build a sales pipeline. Let's see. So free training, upsell into a paid workshop. To build this cleanly, we need to lock in what your pipeline is going to look like. So based on your description, please correct me if I'm wrong, because you're moving people through an opt-in, free training delivered, upsell to paid workshop. So you're going to have to literally tell it, like provide some clarification on, okay, yes, it's going to start from an opt-in, meaning new lead or new customer. And then once they opted in, they're going to get a free training. So now it's telling you, okay, the journey, right? It's like asking you, tell me how this is working, right? So upsell to a paid workshop once they registered. Okay, so that's right. Registered or not registered. Attended, no show. Yeah, these are everything pretty much. So go ahead and do this. So I'm just telling it what my potential customer is going to go through. Okay, so before I generate anything, do you want me to build a process map? So guys, remember that building an automation is like building a house, right? You basically need a certain map or a certain drawing in order for you to find out what materials you're going to use to build that house, where do we put the bedroom, where do we put the kitchen. So what's happening here, it's basically doing the same thing, but in a system perspective, in a CRM perspective. So now it's telling you, okay, I understand you want to build a house, you want to build a CRM, right? Tell me, okay, how do the leads enter the system? So I think we kind of discussed this a little bit, but we can tell it, yeah, I'm getting customers from Facebook because I'm doing Facebook ads. So you just have to tell it like, okay, I understand you are doing ads. Okay, so once they came from ads, that means that a form is being submitted, right? So meaning when they came from ads, just like what you guys did, you came from a Facebook ad, so you fill out a form, and then we are able to create a contact inside of our system. Now, the next question is when they submitted the form, meaning their information, what happens next? So for me, I think I'm going to go ahead and say they immediately receive a free training via email, which what you guys receive, right? So meaning as soon as you receive the form, I want you to be able to receive an email providing you the free training access. Now, what's next? Like, can you tell me, once they receive the free training, how do they get the offer to join the workshop? So, well, I want to be able to let them receive. Yeah, let's do two. So I want to be able to give them at least 1 to 3 nurture emails. Nurture meaning follow-up email sequences first before I actually let them register for a webinar. Okay, now it says, okay, that's perfect. What is the exact moment a lead becomes registered for the paid workshop? So this is really nice because now it's telling you, okay, so once we sent them all the emails and then they are interested to basically join your webinar or your workshop, how do we know that they're registered? Is there like a payment link order form that they need to go ahead and be routed to, like a landing page website that tells them, okay, join the webinar here, and then this is where you can purchase? So basically, our automation starts from when a payment is basically completed. So is this a paid workshop? It's a pre-recorded. So pre-recorded meaning it's not necessarily live. We call it like an evergreen webinar. So it's just pre-recorded. People gets to just purchase the webinar and then automatically gets access to the webinar as well. So now it's telling us, okay, it looks like this is what we're building. Now it's telling you, looks like this is what I would suggest as, the different stages you can build inside of your CRM. Okay, so now, before it locks that in, go ahead and make sure that it's clear that yes, we're building the process map. Sometimes, guys, the ChatGPT becomes really, 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 like sometimes redundant. Just, skip that or just answer it. No problem. Now, look at this. It generated an entire code, right? Normally, what's going to happen is that every stage, it's also going to ask you what happens inside of the opt-in, what happens once the training is delivered, what triggers them to move to the next stage. It will ask you all those detailed questions if you want something more, more detailed, right? Now, you got this code. What do you do with this code, right? Normally, guys, in order for you to build an actual, I would say an actual process map, let me just show you how it looks like. So you would somehow appreciate why it's so cool to have this AI assistant, because building it from scratch, if you're a beginner, is super difficult. Okay, I'm going to show you because, okay, so this is how you build a flowchart. You can use like tools like Miro, like this one that I'm using currently, and you can open one. Okay, let me just use this one. Okay, and here, if you want to build a flow chart, you'd need to know what these shapes mean, right? So meaning you need to be able to connect the dots like this. So meaning, oh, okay, from Facebook ads, right? You want them to get an email. And if you're new, this is so difficult. I don't even know how to build a process map from scratch. So what Pedro is doing for you is it is making your lives easier, because instead of doing it like this, you just have to basically go to a tool called Mermaid Chart. So it's basically telling you, now go to this chart, sign up for a free account. Yes, guys, it's actually free. And then you can name it however you want. You can invite people, just set up your account, okay? Basically, just create a new diagram. And then from here, you can now click on flowchart. And that code that I basically generated from Pedro, you just have to copy this entire code and then move to Mermaid. And now look at this, guys. We are able to build this entire thing entirely from scratch, right? So meaning you now have the confidence to find your client and tell them, okay, let's talk and tell me exactly what you're building inside, or like what are you trying to build inside of your CRM. We're going to build it. Let's just talk. And you have your guide, meaning if you don't know what to ask, you just use all these questions specifically. Like, okay, can you tell me what industry you're in? Can you tell me why are we building this? Can you tell me how you're getting your leads? Can you tell me once, the person basically enters the ads, what happens next? How do you deliver the training, right? So it's guiding you with the right script to ask your client. And more than that, it generates a final output. Now you're confident to say, hey, client, now I do have a map on how we're going to build this inside of Go High Level, right? So meaning here are, so the ones that are in bold, okay, let me just, I don't know what happened, but the ones in blue, or I don't know if this is dark blue, navy blue, I don't know what's the color, but the ones in blue are pretty much the stages you're going to build inside of Go High Level. So meaning you're going to start with opt-in. Let me try to see if I can log in for you guys. But now this tells you what's going to happen. So meaning you have the stage, you have all the automated action. This is not super complicated. Literally, this is a very, very simple flow chart. And all you got to do is follow these steps. And now you're ready to build your automation inside of Go High Level, right? Or High Level, right? And you can even present this to your client to make it more attractive. Who wouldn't want to pay for this, right? Because eventually your client is going to know that, hey, this person knows exactly what she's doing because she provided me or he provided me a map, so we know where we're going to build our automation, right? So you guys can use this unlimited, like as many clients as you have, and as long as you are able to practice this, you're now ready to build it inside of Go High Level, right? So in case you're wondering, are there any really opportunities inside of Go High Level? Like, okay, are there any clients? Guys, let me tell you that Go High Level currently is serving 2 million businesses around the globe. So the demand is so crazy, like super crazy, to the point that they're literally willing to even pay for your training, right? Because if you go to Upwork, so now that you know how to build your first automation that that clients pay premium for, then you can actually now use this skill to be able to go to platforms like online platforms like upwork.com. So if you're new, you probably have seen this the first time. You can also go to platform called Online Jobs PH. You can get your account set up for free. Upwork is a paid platform, so you just have to make sure to know the difference between the two. But look at this, guys, right? Just type in High Level inside of these platforms, and you can see like how much people are charging for this specific skill, right? So you can see this person is charging $35 per hour, and what they can help you is to build your actual automation inside of Go High Level, right? See this, these are everybody looking for talents who knows how to build an actual automation inside of Go High Level. Look at this. This one is literally willing to pay $2,000 to be able to get a marketing manager specific for High Level CRM. This one is hiring for 30 hours per week. This one is $500, $2,000. You would rarely see anybody that's getting paid like $7 or below if you know automation or if you know Go High Level specifically. So now that you are ready, okay, again, let me just show you what we have in Online Jobs PH. So these ones are also looking. This one is salary range. Look at this, guys. They pay up to $1,600 for anyone who knows how to build automations inside of Go High Level. Just imagine, this opportunity out there that's actually waiting for you. So the next step, you won't be able to build this, of course, without your account, like without a Go High Level account. So if you want one, you are entitled for a free upgrade. I am providing 50% towards a sub account. So if you're interested, I want you to click on get your free upgrade now below in order for you to not just get a sub account for Go High Level to practice automation, to have your own portfolio, but to get a more detailed training from me on how you can actually learn High Level. So yes, you don't just get a sub account, but you are also getting my entire Go High Level for beginners course as part of that program. So yeah, I hope to see you guys inside HLA, and I hope you enjoyed this training.